What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about a sad story of a woman by the name of Akila Ware. She had her life taken from her by a married man she was having relations with, and she got pregnant by him. I believe she was 33 weeks pregnant. Now, I want y'all to understand something. She's 29 years old. She was 29 years old. He's 30. He's 30. And she already had 5 children. Don't know who the fathers are, but she already had 5 children at age 29. She was a registered nurse, and she was having relations with a married man who ended up taking her life on a highway. This is how brazen and desperate this guy was to get rid of her. Now, he's in the Army. He was stationed at Fort Bragg. She is from Georgia. I believe she was living in Georgia. Maybe she went to go see him, or he went to go see her. Now, they actually thought that this was a road rage incident, but it turned out that this moron took her life because he did not want his wife to find out that he had been sleeping with this woman and got her pregnant. The justice system is going to deal with this guy, but there is an elephant in the room that we all need to talk about, that people want to ignore and act like it doesn't exist. You have a woman who was having relations with a married man, and people are blaming this guy, talking about how, he's the problem. He shouldn't have done this to her. I agree. But we cannot ignore the fact that she was having relations with a married man. I can't let that go, because I'm going to tell you something right now. And I know this is going to be difficult for y'all to really consume. But there are married women who don't feel sorry for her. There are married women who've dealt with mistresses and dealt with side chicks being with their husbands, who may not feel sorry for her. They may feel sorry for her children because they're going to be without their mother, but they don't feel sorry for her because they feel like she should have known better. Now, am I saying that? No, but I feel like accountability needs to be had in this situation. You're having relations with a married man who's in the Army. No telling what his mentality is. The fact that this guy was taking shots at her while he was on the highway, while she was on the highway and he was on the highway as well, lets you know that this guy ain't all there. This guy here, he's not all there. He should have known that they were going to find out what happened, but he didn't care. But he didn't. That's how desperate. He did not want his wife to find out, and that shows you that he didn't care about her. He only saw her as a side piece. He only saw her as extra assets on the side. He had no intention of ever leaving his wife for her. He had no intention of being in a relationship with her. Now, he's known her, I believe, since high school. That's why they're close in age. He's 30. She was 29. 5 children. So she's been dating throughout her 20s. Been having children. But again, there's a lot going into this situation. I have a couple different articles here. But let's get into the one from CBS46.com. It says a Troop Sheriff's Office said the father of Akila Ware's unborn child has been arrested for her demise. Ware, who was 29, was found unresponsive on Highway 18 near East Drummond Road in Troup County. Tuesday afternoon, when police arrived, they found Ware in the driver's seat with multiple bullet holes in the side of her car. She was transported to the hospital and passed shortly after. Alonzo Dargan Jr. was arrested after investigators say he followed Ware and blasted at her car, which caused her to crash. Ware was pregnant at the time of her demise. Her unborn child was also taken. Life was taken as well. Dargan, an active duty member of the U.S. Army, now faces several charges, including her passing, feticide, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. There are not other suspects at the time. This is why they say not other suspects. And I say no other suspects. On Wednesday, deputies arrested Dargan in the Cumberland County, North Carolina area. Investigators say they found evidence from a possible suspect vehicle, which Georgia State Patrol identified as a silver Nissan, a vehicle believed to be owned by Dargan. Authorities say Ware and Dargan both went to school together in Troup County school system. Ware leaves behind 5 other children. She had 5 other children, people. Her cousin told CBS 46 reporter Savannah Louie that her children are staying with their grandmother. Yeah, this is sad. Let's see. Dargan and Ware both went to school together. Yeah, this is bad, man. On a lot of different levels, this is bad. And again, we have to look at the obvious here. You have a 29-year-old single mother who was having I don't know if they been having relations for years. Did they date back in high school? They knew each other in high school. But to me, I believe this was something that may have rekindled. That's why she got pregnant all of a sudden and he panicked and wanted to get rid of her. But you got to be careful, ladies, when you're out here dealing with these married men. This reminds me of the situation that happened in Mississippi with the police officer with another melanated woman who he was having a side relationship with while he was married. And I believe he ended that relationship and she was going to tell his wife. And that's why he went to her house and took her life. These men are not playing with y'all. They're not playing. They don't want to leave their wives for you. They don't want to father any children with you. And they are willing to risk their own freedom in order to get rid of you. This almost matches the Ray Caruth situation. Ray Caruth had a woman he was dealing with. He didn't like the fact that she had got pregnant. Basically, this is almost identical to what happened in that situation. But in that situation, Ray Caruth still ended up getting out. I don't know about this guy. Well, maybe because Ray Caruth's unborn child ended up surviving. But in this situation, this guy may never see the light of day. NY Post. A Fort Bragg soldier was arrested after he had taken the life of his pregnant girlfriend who was carrying his unborn child as she drove on a Georgia highway, authorities said. Alonzo Dargan Jr., who's 30, allegedly followed a killer in a separate car and then blasted multiple times through her door on Highway 18 in Troup County on Tuesday, law enforcement officials said at a news conference Friday. With Ware mortally wounded, her Honda Accord barreled out of control and crashed. The 29-year-old mother of 5 and her unborn child were later pronounced deceased at a local hospital. Dargan, who is married and believed to have children, had been in a relationship with Ware for an undisclosed amount of time. They are both from LaGrange, Georgia, and went to school there together. Troup County Sheriff's Department officials said in a news conference. Sheriff James Woodruff said responders initially thought the crash was just an accident. I went to the scene and could not believe that somebody basically had shot at her and taken the life of this 29-year-old single mother of 5. On top of that, had taken the life her and her unborn child that was inside of her. Investigators linked a Nissan thought to be involved in the incident to Dargan, who returned to Fort Bragg in North Carolina after the incident. Authorities said he was arrested Thursday afternoon and was in the custody of Cumberland County Sheriff's Department in North Carolina on Friday as he await extradition to Georgia, officials said. Dargan, whose rank with the U.S. military wasn't disclosed, used a firearm in the incident, but authorities said it wasn't known if the alleged weapon was military issued weapon. Ware was roughly 33 weeks pregnant at the time of her demise. The sheriff's county office said the soldier was slapped with charges for taking a life and the life of her unborn child, and another charge as well. Listen, man, this is a very sad situation. I hope the best for her children, because they are the ones who are going to suffer the most, because they don't have their mother. They don't have their mother. This situation could have been avoided on both sides. I'm not going to say that listen, this guy deserves everything that's going to happen to him. Everything. His wife is probably going to leave him. His children are going to watch him grow up. They're going to grow up and watch him. Are going to grow up with him in prison. There's a lot of people who are going to be suffering from this. Her children are going to suffer from this. But through all that, I still believe that this situation could have been avoided. It could have. But it wasn't. And I hope the best for all the children involved, because those are the only people, and the wife, his wife, and the children on both sides. They are the victims of just as much as Akila is a victim. Those children are a victim, because one is not going to have their father and the other one not going to have their mother. So let us think in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Also, like this video and share.